Part 32. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 316. Not only are there robots on the ground, but also fighters in the sky. Yanj has experienced many planes, and I can understand it at a glance. This belongs to a more developed future world. When the modern world is sufficiently developed, it will enter the world of the future machine age. This is a normal phenomenon of the era, just like the change of dynasties in ancient times. What Ling Yanj didn't expect was that she thought that she hadn't practiced for a long time. She didn't expect that it would be a new era in a blink of an eye. As soon as the devouring beast appeared in mid-air, the small battleships in the air and the robots on the ground all aimed their weapons at the devouring beast. A mechanical voice sounded at this time, "Sir, please raise your hand to go to the center with us, and there is a secret space behind you, please open it for us to check." Jinwo is the true love of swallowing heavenly beasts. He has gone through so many planes and all the guys who dare to hit his little Jinwo idea have died. Hearing the words, he did not hesitate to rush towards the sounding warship in the sky. His body became a beast in mid-air, and with a wave of his claws in the air, the warship was drawn in half. The act of swallowing the beast was like a disguised order, and all the robots started firing laser bombs at him. In this throbbing voice, Yan Ji hastened to communicate with the chicks. "How long have I cultivated?" "A long time, a long time." It took a long time for the chicken to think for a long time and couldn't find a time word to describe it. Anyway, this task must be completed. Oh, this mission was like a butterfly effect. Yanj changed the fate of Zhao Xiaomei at first, and as a result, the fate of Zhao Xiaomei and Qin Yun were changed later. It is normal to complete the task, and Yan Ji was not surprised by it. The chicken also said, "Would you like to commit suicide? You've spent so much time cultivating so much time, the system of the fans can almost be upgraded. Let's finish the upgrade sooner." During this time, the chicken was almost moldy, and it was not combed for a long time, and its hair was all fried. Because it stayed up late to watch the film, the eyes were dark and the speech was weak. Yanj interrupted it, "Why am I binding the mystery system? In order not to be eaten by this devouring beast." "Yeah," Yanj said, "I have made progress in this plane now, and work harder. If these machines blast the devouring into a slag, I will be able to kill the devouring beast. There is such a good opportunity right now, why should I hang up and come back?" That makes sense, and the chicken is speechless. However, many of the videos he watched recently need to be upgraded before they can be watched. Now I am thinking about it because these films can't sleep well. Hearing the words of this wood, the chicken was heartbroken for a moment. It asked the words, "Are you sure you can kill this beast?" Yanj was lying down and trying to bear the burden of humiliation in order to kill the beast. Given this situation, she is confident that she can kill the beast, of course. "Chicken, in fact, I think you are unlikely to kill him." Yanj Leng Hung, "What?" "Chicken, swallowing the heavenly beast is immortal. Heaven and earth are his parents. Look at it. You said that after the founding of the People's Republic of China, you can't become a sperm. The beast can be safe and sound, but he is even better than the mighty. You will not be able to kill him this time. After my death, the villain blackened again." Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 317. Word song surprised. Do you know the beast that swallowed the heavenly beast? Chicken arrogant, as an animal, why can't you even know the things on the beast list? Do you think I am you? I don't care about anything other than a sleeping man. At the end it also sighed, I thought that swallowing a beast like this was a decoration, but I didn't expect it to be there. Words, endless. Chicken, well, don't provoke him, let's avoid it. This kind of stuff really can't provoke it. Now this is just a juvenile. Think about it, juvenile devouring beasts are like this. Yanj interrupted the cub, Do you mean, there are a lot of devouring beasts? The one that was encountered before is more powerful, not the one now. This devouring beast is relatively weak. Yan Ji previously thought that it might be injured and was so weak. Although the former fox had talked about adulthood with devouring beast, she did not link two things together, now being said by the chicken. She has a vague speculation. There is only one animal in the sky and the other in the heavens and the earth. It is immortal, said the cub. The time you entered the plane now is when he was young, he met him before, and he should be an adult. The song was silent, her speculation was confirmed by the chick, and my heart was a little complicated for a while. This time crosses me a bit messy. Wait for me to reason, so no matter what I do this time, he will come to adulthood in the future, he will still eat me countless times. Her voice brought a little bit of self-deprecation to the world. From her proud green hair to her current bald head, she has always been very confident in her counterattack, but now she is suddenly confused, and a little angry. All of them are heavenly pride and have the protection of heaven and earth. No matter it is the former mighty one or the devouring beast today, one can live freely. Only she, following the rules of the plane, worked hard to earn those soul sources for thousands of years, and eventually grew lush, but in the end, somehow she ended up with a bald end. Now even revenge can't be reported. If you see the enemy, you have to go around. What's so ridiculous? She is not convinced at all. That's how it works, said the cub. But you're wearing a vest now, anyway, he won't recognize you anymore. You should be revenged this time, but you can toss him. What's the use of tossing once? The words were silent. Although she was so depressed for a moment, she was immediately full of dissatisfaction because of dissatisfaction. This time she had to find out the shortcomings of the beast, lest she be passive in the future. Actually, it is a good idea for you to sleep, the cub said. His cultivation is extremely pure heaven and earth aura. If you practice his cultivation on your body, maybe you can have it right away. A green hair. If he can't do it, he can do it. This is indeed a very good idea. The cultivation of Yanj is almost completely eaten by this devouring beast. She can also draw a gourd from him. The chicken added, however, is it unrealistic for you to be in this body now? After all, the body of Yanj is a piece of paper in the final analysis. Can it hold down the swallowing beast? Let alone talk about swallowing up the swallowing beast. It is indeed unrealistic, but there is still a way to speak songs. She has cultivated for such a long time. She has a hunch and she is not far away from the time to cultivate the second form. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 318. At this time of talking, the devouring beast has finished with the robots. The entire desert is filled with the wreckage of robots. The sun shines on the silver wreckage of these robots. The reflected light makes people feel that the whole world is dazzling. Those fighters in the sky were also shot down by swallowing beasts, as in today's empty world. Although the body was injured everywhere, it was nothing to the devouring beast. He raised his head and yelled at the sky, was about to return to his golden nest, suddenly looked up, and looked at the sky. He could avoid it in time, but he could feel that the threat from the hurried distance was very powerful. If he avoided it, his golden nest would not be able to keep it. Jinwo is his lifeblood. As long as he doesn't leave this plane, he will never allow his Jinwo to make any mistakes. So at that instant, he knew that this time the unknown danger made him jealous, but he didn't avoid it, but took his fist and soared into the sky. A light flare also came at this instant, facing up with the devouring beast. At the last moment, the original song that was about to escape, and found that the beast swallowed the golden cylinder holding her. She was wrapped in this guy's aura, and everything outside could not be seen anymore. When she was finally able to understand the world, she found that the devouring beast that was holding her was almost burnt. The guy was so scorched that he couldn't see a prototype at all. As soon as she easily earned, she got rid of the enchantment engulfed in the golden cylinder by the devouring beast and became a humanoid figure next to the devouring beast. It should be a long time since she was bombarded. After all, she couldn't be transformed before the last time. One person and one beast are all buried under the earth at this moment. Although the devouring beast seems to be out of breath, the chicken said that the guy had not died. It's far from the ground. When Yanj pulled out of the ground pantingly, he felt that there was something above his head. Because he held his hands to swallow the heavenly beast, Yanj didn't touch his head, only shook his head. The stuff on her head didn't fall, but she seemed to have claws, pulling her hair. Words of song, is still a living thing? She put aside the devouring beast, and just about to reach out to grab the stuff above her head. As a result, the gadget had already reached the paw of the devouring beast, and her mouth was about to want to run away. It's a pity that the body of this thing is too small. Like a little mouse, the body of the swallowing beast is so large. It looks like a huge mountain in front of the little mouse. Yan Ji stared at the little mouse for a long time, and after knowing it, he finally understood what it was. Isn't this the fox who was miserable by the devouring beast? Why does this guy look a few times smaller, and the fur does not seem to be smooth and shiny? What kind of stimulus did this become? Sao Fox tried several times and failed to move the swallowing beast. Angrily, he simply opened his mouth to bite the flesh of the beast. Yan Ji stood motionless by the side. She once had a fight with the swallowing beast. She knew that this guy's skin was thick and thick. Was it smashed with the help of bricks? Got this guy a tooth? She didn't think that the fox could bite the devouring beast. Sure enough, with too much effort, Sao Fox's teeth were broken. Seems to be 4 more recently. But I'm still unlucky. I lose every day playing mahjong. Fat man's life is not happy. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 319. Sao Fox covered his little mouth with his paw, and his sore fangs grinned and yelped a few times. That little look almost jumped. Rarely devouring the beast in front of himself, he was suppressed by the devouring beast for so long, and finally had a chance to resist. How could he give up? Despite the toothache, Sao Fox persisted and jumped up and down and walked around the body of the devourer, and the missing mouth clicked and tried to bite the devourer's body. Of course, not every place, because there is still one place he did not bite. At this moment, the sorry fox, staring angrily and unwillingly, stared at the third leg of devouring the beast, probably still tangling or not biting. The chicken asks the song, "Don't you plan to save the martial arts of swallowing the beast?" Yan song, do you really think that guy has a martial art? The chicken was silent, and according to the urine of the swallowing beast, there was no such thing as a martial art. However, it still said, in the future, what do you use? You will be contaminated by such a stink fox first. Can you stand it? Yanj remained motionless. I don't have a clean habit. She wanted to see if the place that swallowed the beast could be bitten by the fox. The chicken has nothing to say. It feels that this wood is becoming more and more without a lower limit, and it is even worse than it is. Hey. Seeing Sao Fox not moving for a long time, Yanj asked the cub, do you guess he will bite? Chicken cub, it should be, this fox has bitten all over the swallowing beast, and there is no such thing as a bite. Also, Yanj said, this saucy fox looks very urgent. The front teeth are stabbed, can you not rush? The chicken rolls his eyes silently. If he bites the thing that swallowed the heavenly beast, you won't need it. If you can't use it, you can't use it, and I do not lack one. Yan Ji said rather indifferently. In fact, the thing that swallowed the heavenly beast would really be bitten by the fox. Then enjoy the reaction of the devouring beast every day. The chicken was a little sad because of the words. But the tree and the beast waited for a long time, and the sow fox didn't go down to yell. After tangling for a long time, he glanced left and right, picked up a stone and smashed the thing that swallowed the beast. He probably had the strength to suckle, so he hit it twice, and the stone broke in response. Looking at the broken stone in his hand, sow fox bit his teeth again and again, still unwilling to use his claws to scratch and swallow the beast. Naturally, it came back to nothing. Sow fox tossed for a long time, and finally seemed to accept the stubble of swallowing the heavenly beast by himself, so he jumped over the head of the swallowing heavenly beast and looked up at Yanj. It's so beautiful and so watery. The fox is very charming. When this guy said this, his voice seemed to be very naive. You can pretend to be stupid and sell cute, and Yanj practiced here at devouring heaven beast. She dared to call second in this industry, and no one dared to call first. She didn't really look in the eyes of the fox, she just squinted at the guy with her eyes slanted. The little fox fangs, and Zhao Yanj laughed stupidly. What kind of monster is Miss Sister? You can drag this beast, it is really amazing. It probably felt that Yan Ji didn't know about swallowing the heavenly beast, so it didn't point out. The little fox smiled, and his eyes fell on Yan Ji's body. He scanned all the key parts of Yan Ji without leaving any traces. He left his lips in his heart. He hated this woman who was obviously a woman but had a flat chest. The man is almost the same, but his voice is still soft. Miss, why don't you talk? After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 320. The clothes on Yanj were transfigured by her aura because she could not be repaired at home. The transfigured clothes were simple and could only cover herself like a robe so that the spring light would not leak. When the fox was swept away by this, she suddenly had the illusion that she was weighed in and out by the fox as a pork. Although she was angry at the bottom of her heart, she did not move calmly, but reached out with a smile, and went to show off the fur of the fox. Are you a mouse? You look so cute. Sow fox. He didn't escape the words of the song. He probably felt that shaggy hair was the first step to close the relationship between the two demon, so he made his body group look better. Where is the mouse gray? I am cute, little sister, you guessed wrong, I'm not a mouse. Yan Ji's hand gripped his neck the next moment, the other hand quickly gripped the guy's tail, and then released his neck, holding the guy's tail down and down on the devouring beast smashed. The flesh that swallowed the beast was harder than an iron block, and the savage fox smashed and shouted. He wanted to go back and bite the song several times, thinking that in the past, he was a nine-tailed fox in the turbulent situation, and it was impossible to eat it in the hands of the devouring beast. After all, that guy had to eat even dragons and phoenixes. He has a nine-tailed fox can have a life in the hands of devouring beasts is good. But now, what's the matter of being bullied by an unknown little demon? Sow fox is not stingy, but the body is more painful. This woman is so cruel, his body is about to fall apart. Yanj's cultivation is not much worse now. She can flirt with foxes this way mainly because of her quick start. After the other hand made a few moves with the front paw of sow fox, after this guy sobbed and cried for countless times, he finally released him. As soon as Yanj let go, sow fox's original shape was revealed, and his teeth grinned and jumped to bite Yanj's nose. Fortunately, the words were prepared, and one person and one fox were once again in a ball. This time the fox was still crying a little bit. The dignified nine-tailed fox, now holding his short tail and crying, was out of breath. What's more important is that his front teeth have collapsed. Not only does the crying look unsightly, the crying is not very authentic, but the one who still cries is called concentration. What a crying bag. I never thought that this guy would be a family of nine-tailed foxes. Yanj raised his chin towards him. Shut up. Sow fox, it hurts me, it hurts me to be hurt by my sister. Hearing the sound of this guy begging his nose, he wanted to continue to blame him. Fortunately, after finishing the chat, Sao Fox did not continue crying, and he probably knew that he was not in the lead now. After all, the demon was discovered by the demon in front of him, and he couldn't beat the demon, and made a crying cry. He sang with tears in his eyes and asked, "My name is Jiwei, what's your sister's name?" Yan Ji did not answer, but pointed to the swallowing beast and asked Jiwei, "Where are you taking him?" Jiwei narrowed his eyes in the direction of Yan's fingers and swallowed the heavenly beast. Then he turned to Yang and said, "He is my friend, he was split by thunder while he was transformed. I want to take him to find Aura somewhere, maybe he can wake up." Lies without blinking. Yang, you just bit him, and you don't see him as your friend at all. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 321. Jiwei, I just wanted to see if he was still alive. His broken teeth caused him to speak a little vaguely. He was unconscious, grinning and laughing happily when talking, which made him particularly stupid. "My friend, if he doesn't hang up, the skin will be very hard, but he will be out of breath. Pip will break like a ball, just a poke. By the way, how did you find my friend? What are your plans?" Yang looked at him with a smile. Probably it was Yang's eyes that made him uncomfortable. Jiwei shook his body. While combing the hair on his tail with his claws, while twisting his furry head, he continued to say to Sangha, "Otherwise, my sister and we are with us. Let us go, this world is too chaotic. We can be partners together, and we can take care of things when things come up." This guy ran the train with his mouth full, so that he couldn't move the swallowing beast even if he tried to feed himself. Now he is still talking like this. Could it be that she is so big-headed and flabby? Yang sneered, "Which one of the 8 tails has been cut by the devourer? Can you still treat him as a friend?" How did she know? The expression on Jiwei's face changed. He was still selling men. At this moment, his eyes were staring at Yang. In the next moment, I will use my eyes to kill the invisible and destroy the dead body. Yan Ji ignored his warning gaze, and she giggled, "You tried hard to find the devouring beast, and even broke your teeth in order to sip his flesh. You can't say you and he has a pure friendship." The shadow of Jiwei's eyes flashed, and it was almost impossible to detect it. He stood up, spread his 2 front paws, and said helplessly, "Well, I was pierced by you. I and devourer, it is an enemy relationship. He is not a friend at all. He chopped my 8 tails. I vowed that I would eat his flesh and drink his blood once I had a chance. Yang, it seems that you don't even have the chance to eat his meat and drink his blood." The woman didn't speak at all, and wasted her good face completely. Jiwei sighed, "Yeah, I can't hold him, but I'm still unwilling. When I said this, I didn't forget to sing the words, 'Miss, what kind of demon are you? How do you know the guy who swallowed the heavenly beast? What does this guy see and eat? If it's not because the person is not delicious, guess people in this world will be killed by him. The demon tribe is down, because most of the demon are eaten by this guy. As long as the demon he knows, he is swallowed by his stomach. How did the young lady escape this robbery? How about you?" Yang asked him, "How did you escape?" "Probably he thinks I look good," Jiwei said quite contentedly. "He looked at me and looked good, but he couldn't bear to eat. What about Miss?" "Why? Maybe it's because I'm good, too." The corner of Jiwei's eyes was pumping straight. This woman encountered the swallowing beast, and could not say a word. She would be eaten by swallowing beast. Neither of them planned to dig into each other. A few words clashed. Until now, he didn't know where the demon came from. Although Jiwei was irritable, His face was grinning. Miss Sister is really beautiful, even me conquered her beauty and wanted to be the guest of honor for the younger sister. Yanj looked at Jiwei, expressionless as if looking at a mentally retarded clown. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gongwei Pang. Chapter 322. Jiwei was very disgusted with Yanj in his heart, but still smiled on his face. Miss, you look so beautiful, what kind of monster is it? I'm leaving. Yanj ignored his words and said, if you don't say your purpose, don't follow me. Eyes wallowing, eyes still comatose, Yanj raised his chin and said, this is my booty and it has nothing to do with you. I advise you not to make his idea. Jiwei stared at the song, silly with her own tale. It seemed that she couldn't understand why the song was so cruel, but she thought in her heart that this vicious woman didn't know where it came from, and dared to it from his fox's mouth. Food, you can just look for death. Sister, I have nowhere to go. My purpose is to eat 2 bites of devouring heavenly beasts, and let me follow you, okay? Yan Ji stared at him with a sneer, you have a little energy, you can't even swallow the beast. I have nothing for you to use, and my legs are too short for you. Running you to follow me is really an insult to my style. Nine-tail with short legs suspected. Even when it was the most dismal, no demon dared to talk to him like this, except for the devouring beast. This woman was not only flat-footed, but also sharp and mean. This demon, a male, would not want her. Such a clueless woman, he felt the need to sacrifice his color and save other male demon. So the next moment, he turned into a human figure, transfigured into a more popular silver jumpsuit, and his hair became silver white. He is very confident in his appearance, so when he looked up, he deliberately reached out and brushed his shoulders, and looked at the song like a peach blossom. I still know it's very useful to keep it, I know many things you do and know. Yanj looked at him and looked at him in general, which made Jiwei feel more contented. His lips were tilted, and he seemed to be smiling, quite romantic. Yanj, why do you get bald like this? The top 10 hairs can be counted by the number 1. How old are you? Don't call my sister later. Nine-tail. There was indeed a little hair on his forehead, but it was just a little bit less serious than the woman said. For long-haired beasts, less hair means inexplicable pain. Jiwei's heart is very angry, but he just smiles at the words. He pretends to reach out and touch his head, then says to the words. You must have not joined the WDO for a long time, right? If you take longer, your hair will become like me. Completely the tone of the people. Yanj was not scared by his words, she sneered, weak chickens are weak chickens. It's really an excuse to look for such an excuse. If Jiwei can play Yanj, he must kill Yanj first and then kill him. Unfortunately, he can't beat it. Therefore, if you have molars at the bottom of your heart, you can only laugh with your face. Now the world is scourged by humans. Radiation is everywhere, and it appears in the sun without protection. Humans will become human beings soon. By comparison, I just have a few hairs, which is not a big deal. Yanj finally received something useful to her. She didn't speak. The sun was getting stronger and warmer, and there were deserts all around. It wasn't possible to dry it like this. She lifted a paw that swallowed the heavenly beast and went forward. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gongwei Pang. Chapter 323. Jiwei looked at it for a moment. What kind of demon is this woman? Why is she so powerful? It wasn't until Yan Ji dragged the devouring beast a few steps and left him behind, that he didn't react and quickly followed. Yan Song never looked back. Don't follow me. Jiwei said with a smile, this road is not yours, so I follow this road. Yanj slammed down the devouring beast, and walked towards Jiwei with his fingers. Jiwei was savagely sung before, knowing that his morals can't beat the sing now, and he hurriedly called, don't do it, I'm really useful to you. This desert is beyond sight. I know which way to have aura, and I also know which way to find those human security forts. Really? Yanj raised an eyebrow. You look so ugly, I can't believe you. Jiwei, it seems that he praised this woman too much, making her too confident. I don't need to lie to you. Jiwei looked at the song sincerely. I can't beat you, you don't believe me, I don't need to risk you by angering you. Seeing Song Yan's expression eased, while he was relieved at the bottom of his heart, he immediately went on to say, and I don't have any bad thoughts about you. My purpose is to bite and swallow a piece of flesh on the beast. We have no interests. I have no reason to harm you. He considered himself to have opened his heart in front of Yanj, so he quickly smiled and made suggestions. It is not a way to go this way. This desert is very large. You can't get out by walking for a year. Go, the sun will get stronger and stronger, even if we are demons, we will be affected by solar radiation. By the way, can you fly with a swallowing beast? Why don't we fly out here? Yan Ji squinted at him. She didn't believe that this guy was flying into the desert. Do you think I can fly with the swallowing beast? Zhu Wei was stared at by Yanj like this, and had to laugh slyly. I was riding a desert flying car, but when I was digging under the desert, the car was stolen by others. Yanj interrupted him. Where is the car now? Zhu Wei pointed in the other direction. I left my scent on the car. I could only sense that it was in this direction, but it was not clear where it was. Yanj, go in this direction. Probably because the prototype is relatively thin, even if the song is formed into a person, it is also very weak. The beast shape of the devouring beast is several times larger than her. She carried the beast devouring carbon black and carbon black to go ahead, which is exactly the sense of sight of a beautiful beast. Zhu Wei turned her head and looked at the word several times. Beautiful lady, you don't want to tell me what kind of monster you are, so how do I call you in the future? Grandma Mao, Yanj said, this is my name. Zhu Wei, the name of the fart, this is taking advantage of him in disguise, but he will not be wary of such a demon who doesn't know humility or thickness. Zhu Wei's heart is very uneasy, but his face is still grinning. Grandpa Mao, this name is unique, what do you do to find the devouring beast? Yan Yang raised his chin, break him. Nine-tail. He thought he was hallucinating. He felt that his three views were a little impacted. Although he didn't want to downgrade, he still stuttered and asked, broken, what? When he asked this, he felt funny when he was shocked. If the devouring beast is now awake, it is estimated that the woman will be swallowed in one go. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After my death, the villain blackened again. Author, Ben Gong Wei Pang. Chapter 324. Yan Ji scorned Zhu Wei with a look of contempt. Breaking him means sleeping him. The expression seemed to be laughing at an old driver of Zhu Wei. After a short crash, Zhu Wei's brain subconsciously asked the song, are you angry with Devourer? Although the enemy's enemy is a friend, he is glad to be able to see the devouring beast. However, when he said this, he felt that his question was a bit wrong. After all, this woman wanted to sleep and swallow the heavenly beast. According to the carefulness of this woman's must-see, she might have to be beaten again, so he went back and watched the words carefully. How could it be? Yan Ji reached out and patted the head of the devouring beast and said with a smile, I like that it is too late to swallow the devastating beast, how can I have resentment against him? Zhu Wei, I don't believe what to do at all. It's not that he doesn't believe in love and love, he mainly doesn't believe the woman in front of him. He always feels that the woman's mouth is full of lies. Moreover, as far as this woman is concerned, whoever she likes is a scourge. He wanted to order a few waxes for the devouring beast. However, after realizing the woman's ambition, he felt like he was flexing his muscles and suddenly wanted to wear a green hat to the devouring beast first. I can't dig out the guy's heart and lungs, and it seems good to put a green hat on that guy. Thinking about it this way, when Zhu looked at the words, his eyes fluttered with more and more emotions. What is good about him and makes you like him so much? Although I can't beat him, but I think that in terms of taking care of women, I too much stronger than him. Yan Ji glanced at his legs, probably with sharp eyes. Zhu not only stopped talking, but even his legs tightened subconsciously. Yan yanked the corners of his mouth, and then looked at Zhu again. Seriously, he is tougher than you. Zhu, I really want to kill this woman first, then let her know what technology is more important than hardware. The man is too hard, and he is a little straight. It's not necessarily good. Like a swallowing beast, what you see and eat, you have slept with him, maybe he ate you, but for example, I am a peerless good man who cares about women everywhere. If you are a bit incomplete, you will claim to be a peerless man. Nine-tailed, I am not incomplete. As a family of nine-tailed foxes, I am perfect. Yanj, also, although you have 8 tails cut off, you still have one. Although you have 2 missing teeth, it's good. But your definition of perfection is a bit too low. It is estimated that it is short of your legs. Too far is relevant. Nine-tail. This woman has no merit all over her, and she can't figure out where her confidence comes from. Nine-tailed self-esteem was wounded, and he stopped speaking, and ignored the song, dragging the paw of the beast to swallow step by step, walking forward steadily. After a short walk, Yanj stopped. Zhu had a spirit in her heart, but her face was bewildered, and she said, "Why don't you leave?" The song said, "It's time to wake up." Zhu fingers pinched subconsciously, and he looked nervously at the dark cocoon that was as dark as coke. Why didn't I feel it? Yan Ji raised his head and touched the face of devouring heavenly beast, and heard the words back, "I have a rhinoceros in his heart." What do you and him have? Zhu couldn't help but was blocked by the dog food. He always felt that the dog food was a bit frustrating. He ignored Yanj's words and said, "I think it's almost time to go. Why not go forward? After my death, the villain blackened again." Author, Ben Gong Weipang. Chapter 325. I don't plan to leave. Yan Ji squinted at Zhu half-bald head. Anyway, this sun has no side effects on me and the devouring beast. Zhu also noticed that this woman has walked in the sun for so long, and there is no normal demon or human response. This guy doesn't know what it is, he doesn't know the details of the song, and Zhu dares not to go down. Kill tricks. He looked up at the dazzling sun, and reluctantly suggested to Yanj, "It's not good to swallow the heavenly beast under the sun, why don't we find a place with green?" Yanj looked at Zhu, who was constantly sweating. "The hot one is you." She said, "You find it hot, you look for it?" Zhu immediately shook his head, "No no no, I'm not hot at all, not hot at all." Yanj ignored him, and she continued to stare at the seemingly motionless devouring beast. Nine-tailed Seeing Song stared at the devouring beast. "Where is the look of the lover? That look is like looking at the food on the plate." He was ruthless and said with a smile to Yanj, "Speaking of the beast that swallowed the heavenly beast, I had previously heard the elders say that the swallowed beast is immortal. If someone eats his heart, he will also as devouring as the beast." He wanted to start with a joke, but before he finished speaking, Yanj interrupted him, "You broke 2 front teeth before, just to eat the heart of the devastation." Nine tails, this woman always does not mention which pot. He shook his head, "Where is it? I still know myself. I wouldn't do this kind of thing by borrowing 10 of my guts." I suddenly remembered the words of the elders and wondered whether they were really saying, "They need to know that you are so naive to eat the beasts, and they will certainly not say such things to coax you." In front of the devouring beast, Zhu Wei can rely on his mouth to make the devouring beast up and down. Now he had the urge to jump up and down in front of the woman. Yan Song gave him a glance. Aren't you leaving? Why don't you leave? Zhu Wei, I'm a little scared by myself. I think I should follow you. No, Yan Ji refused this time very simply. I'm going to sleep and swallow the heavenly beast for a while. This kind of thing shouldn't be watched by anyone. If you don't leave, I'll kick you to heaven. Nine-tail, he has never seen such a thick-skinned and shameless woman. He hurriedly said, don't let me stay. I stay to help you. Yan Ji turned his head to look at him, and narrowed her eyes. She seemed to be smiling, but the expression made people look dazed. Zhu Wei immediately knew that his words were a bit ambiguous. He was busy and said, I mean, I don't understand anything about this kind of thing. You definitely don't understand. I am also a nine-tailed fox. The scent can help you to enter the state as soon as possible. Moreover, the strong twisted melon is not sweet. It will take the initiative to smell my taste if you swallow the heavenly beast. Yanj interrupted him, I just need to twist the melon without eating it. Do you think I care if it's sweet? After a pause, she added, you smell too stinky, you dare to smell it, and I cut your last tail off. Zhu Wei shuddered in shock, I still have technology. I have a lot of non-exclusive male and female mating skills. If I teach you, you will have endless use. He hadn't finished speaking yet, and Yanj kicked him on the body, and he really gave people a fly. In the air, Zhu Wei faintly heard the woman say, don't meet the standard of hardware, but dare to talk about technology. Nine-tail.